We are back with another spooky Sunday, my friends, boys, girls, everyone around. We are back. And we are at chapter 36 of Dark Gathering. As you know, I started from last week because I really love the series. Okay, I did react and review to the anime when it was running from summer to the end of fall 2023, and I decided from last week, after many have asked, and also because I enjoy the series as well, to pick up the manga. So if you guys have watched or you're currently watching the anime, the chapter to pick up from on the last episode 25, will be chapter 35. I mean, you can read also 34 to just, pick up for memory's sake, to refresh your memory. But the next arc, basically the Kyoto arc, really starts on chapter 35. And the manga is currently around 55, 56 chapters right now. It is a monthly series. On top of that, the author is on a hiatus, I'm guessing, for the next month or two. He's going to be on hiatus, and then he's going to come back once I catch up to the latest chapter. And I will reiterate this every now and again, not every video, but every now and again. Once I get to the latest chapter, instead of doing weekly, it's going to be now a monthly review, which is going to suck, but I'm going to keep up with the series till eventually the day the anime returns, and then we'll return back to reaction review, and so on. Okay, and that's only if the anime does make a comeback eventually, right? So from chapter 35, to just rehash everything, we have it where they're now in Kyoto, driving 6 hours from Tokyo to Kyoto. And there they go to their first destination, Japan All-Star Tour, Horror Tour, to go to all the hot spots of the haunted places to, one, defeat the ghosts there, get a lot of graduate ghosts, as well as the whole mission for going to Kyoto is to defeat Ice God, as well as the main objectives: defeat Ice God, then deal with the body snatchers, then find the ghost that cursed both Eiko and Keitaro, and then finally deal with Spectra of Death, the one that took Yoyoi's mother's soul when her family went into that incident within the very first chapter, at least almost 2 years prior to the current storyline, right? So that's the whole objective of Dark Gathering. So when they went to A-Dam and they're dealing with an A rank ghost, they're not dealing with an S rank, and we all know how dangerous S rank was. The second half of the season, we were dealing with a bunch of S rank ghosts. The last one we saw was the Meatball Kid. And then, the season ended off with, the clearing war, everybody heading to Kyoto. Now they're dealing with the A rank, and I know a lot of people would assume that, okay, since it's an A rank ghost, it's not as, it's bad. It's bad, but it's not as bad as an S rank, right? But they couldn't be more wrong. So when they went to A-Dam and Eiko explained all of the rumors about the dam, one being your car or your bike will go away, or just something happening to your vehicle, okay? Then the second is a headless driver will go around nearby, they'll pass by. Another would be a strange man is walking bizarrely upstream, okay? You'll see ghosts walking and swimming on the surface of the water, and then you'll see someone getting dragged into the dam by the ghosts of those who unalive themselves, and so on and so forth. So those are the rumors. One of the rumors that probably wasn't ever told was that there is a ghost, a female ghost, that is very peculiar when it comes to men. It will purposely trap men by putting a parasite in them that we clearly saw in the episode. So it got to Shitan because there was a couple at the dam before them, right? A lovey-dovey, probably not the brightest bulb of the box or anything, but very much in love, and they look like they either have promise rings or they're engaged, right? So they got separated. The guys got separated from the girls, right, when they went into the maintenance room. And we have where Shitan was eaten by the ghost. Okay, you only saw his hand. And Keitaro got by the ghost. The ghost implanted a parasite which messed with his memories, manipulated his memories. And we also saw that with the what's the name? The tour guide for the dam, right? His memories got manipulated by the same parasite, but he wasn't taken by the ghost. So once they implant the parasite into you, it manipulates your memories for you to do certain actions. And that's exactly what it did to Keitaro. So once it implanted the parasite into his membrane, into his brain, the stem brain, it made him think that he was seeing a lot of stuff when technically it was moving Keitaro to go into the canoe boat and then go into the middle of the dam of the river. And it sunk Keitaro, okay? Keito can't move his body. He's paralyzed. He's following by what the parasite is telling him to do. And so it deliberately sunk him down to the bottom of the river. So now we have where the beginning of chapter 36, and might I add, the chapter cover of 36 is so damn cool. Like, it's the transitional ghost, okay? He's in transition to become a graduate. The last time I saw him was what, episode 24, when they were at the elementary school looking like a corpse party. Okay, we were dealing with corpse party and Dark Gathering, okay? But with elementary school students. And it actually had a happy ending. I don't know if the video games or the visual novels had happy endings, but I don't think it really did. But that could just be me. I never really dived too much into corpse party because visually it was horrific. It was a little too much for me, okay? But the chapter cover for 36 is freaking awesome, okay? So yeah, like I was saying, he's getting dragged down into the river. He's being drowned, and every time he's trying to move his body, the parasite is holding him back. Okay, it's the ghost controlling him. And then you see the ghost's face, and then it just fades into the background. And all of this is transpiring from the time they got to the dam, right? And then from Yoi getting kidnapped by the headless motorcycle rider, an hour passed by. An entire hour passed by while all of this is transpiring. So they showed through the page when the hour was passing and then Yoi got kidnapped. Yoi is contemplating like what's going on, you know, the whole rumors of like the headless rider, the, you know, people who unalived, all of that. Some of the rumors are proving to be true. So she quickly texts Eiko to go find a way to go find Keitaro, use the GPS on her tablet, whatever, to go find where his exact location is and go and try and find him. And she's going to deal with the headless corpse. So while that's happening, we have where Mitan, who's left with Eiko, is going along with her. And then she's showing her when she gets back to the car, like, this is the exact location. I found Keitaro, so we're going to go there. In the midst of all of this, somehow Eiko is able to make another friend. The girl is wondering, so hold on, you keep tabs on your boyfriend? Can you show me too? And then, you know, classical Eiko, mind you, remember with the whole thing that happened at the elementary school, the corpse party like scenario that happened, and the little girl that's the class president, she's like, you actually love scary things. Like, you tried to play the nice girl, but you actually like scary things. That's her pupil. And you know the whole Eiko face, the whole yandere going. Mind you, Eiko is still a very nice woman. She's caring, but she has yandere tendencies. And the same face she showed to class president of Yoyoi's class, she showed to Mitan. And she's like, don't worry, I got you. Anna, then the class president, and now Mitan. Can't keep getting away with this, Eiko. You can't keep getting away. She keeps tabs on her. Now she got me talking like, yo, I need to keep tabs on my man too. How do you go? What system do you use to be able to do that without them knowing? Remember, Keitaro doesn't know that Eiko has tabs on him. Even his breathing. Okay? Even his breathing. I forgot what, I think that was like episode 10, anywhere between 10 to 12, where she showed Eiko. I mean, she showed Yayoi, the whole thing. Y'all did not hear that. But nonetheless, so now she got another friend. She got another friend, okay? One that's around her age. We just, Eiko, do you. Eiko, do you. So now we go back to focusing on Yayoi being kidnapped, and the headless driver is bringing her somewhere we don't know exactly, but knowing Yayoi, she's not going to stand for it. So she took out her monkey wrench and bashed the headless driver on the head, and it landed on the ground. But we see where the parasites are coming out of the helmet, and it's trying to go back somewhere. So she was able to trap them with a black rope and threaten one of the parasites, saying that if you guys don't listen to what I'm about to say, you're going to end up like this one. So she's using them to lead her to a certain point. So afterwards, we have it where now Keitaro, he finally wakes up and he's in a cave. He's wondering what's going on. It's too dark to see. So the more he starts to focus, as he's clearly seeing from the panels, he sees his body is laying on the ground unconscious. Like his eyes are open, but it's just like he can't move. And then he realizes, I can't move myself. I'm conscious, but I can't move. He realizes he's bounded to the rocks on the ground and that he's actually transparent. What happened is the female grotesque looking ghost separated his soul from his body, separated his spirit from his body. So his actual human body is on the ground cold, while his spirit is bounded. And then while he's looking around him, he's realizing there are several men around him who's in the same situation, and they all look devastated. They look helpless, right? And at the same time, now he's looking and he sees a huge pit with all the parasite worms all around, and there are other several men in there as well. But you can tell the difference of the men that are bounded to the rocks versus the men in the pit. So all the men that's bounded to the rocks look relatively very handsome. They look like guys who a lot of girls will fall for, versus the guys in the pit, which, you know, the opposite of that, right? Mind you, the ghost kept saying cutie, cutie, that type of sort of thing. So now we come to find out the reason as to why the ghost does certain things. So obviously the ghost has an affinity towards very good looking men. Not only that, you're seeing on the floor next to the men that are bounded, one of the men whose soul is bounded to the rocks, you see his corpse, okay? And Keitaro is slowly piecing two and two together, right? So to come to find out is that the ghost, what it would do is go to the men that are bounded by the rocks, kiss them, okay, and starts to suck the life out of these spirits, the vitality, right? And they look very wrung out, like dried out prunes. And then in the pit, we'll have where one of the more middle-aged, not physically attractive men, where the parasites will do exactly what the ghost did to Keitaro, like implanted its tongue into his neck and implanted the parasite. This case now we have where the parasite is going into the middle-aged man's neck, inserting itself, and is drawing out the vitality to the point that now the body just goes poof into the air. And then that same parasite now that took the vitality out from the middle-aged, unattractive man now goes into the spirit body of the attractive man. And then the panel shows like a very, it's transforming in a very grotesque way and gave him back his vitality. And then the ghost is just like, oh cutie, it's laughing and everything. And that's when Keitaro realized, oh, so what the ghost does is it takes men that it finds attractive, separates their souls from their body, and keeps them trapped down there. And then the men it doesn't find attractive throws them into the pit. So the men that are bounded, the one that it finds attractive, no matter how much they say they want to unalive, they want to get free or anything. To them, the ghost finds this hilarious. Okay, the ghost is not letting go of them anytime soon. So the vitality it's getting from the men, it's consuming and, you know, giving back their vitality. That's the power it uses to keep itself strengthened. And also from the men it doesn't find attractive, that keeps them in the pit. Okay, so no matter how you put it, even though it's giving back vitality to the men that they do find attractive, it's still giving them power from either source. But of course, it's torturing the men that it likes. She's torturing them. Imagine being attractive and you're getting tortured for eternity. And then your physical body is rotting away to the point that you're no longer alive, okay? So knowing this, you know, Keitaro is getting frightened, as he should, because his physical body is not alive while his spirit is about to be next. So what happens now, we get back to the outside world, and then we see where Yayoi and Nitan were able to find where Keitaro's location is, and there's a blockage because there's a whole wall of rock in front of them. They do see where Yayoi comes. The parasites that she basically bounded brought her to the location as well. Nitan is just like, what are those? She's like, ghosts. They found a location and come to find out the parasites were going through the wall of rock. It's going into a pocket dimension, and they realize, oh, that's where Keitaro and more than likely Shitan are located. So this wall of rock is actually an illusion for that pocket dimension, aka the spirit world where that ghost resides. So they all go through it. So the panel changes from white into black with an outline of white, and they're now in her world, right? And there they see Keitaro, and so Eiko runs to Keitaro, and when she runs to Keitaro, she picks him up. She realizes, you're not breathing. Oh my god, what is wrong with you? We see where Yayoi is scanning the entire place, and she sees Keitaro's spirit about to be kissed by this horrendous looking ghost, and she's calling out to him. And while she's doing that, Eiko is like, but Keitaro is right here. Mind, she can't see his soul, right? Unless she's probably directly being influenced or attacked by the ghost itself. So what Yayoi tells her is, and she sees it, she sees basically the string of life. Basically, Keitaro's soul is still attached to his physical body. So she's telling Eiko to give him CPR to wake him up and bring him back to life, because if she doesn't and the ghost manages to kiss him, it's over for Keitaro. So I mean, yes, this was a matter of life and death and bring this man back to life, but we literally got the first kiss of the series in chapter 36. Okay, and also we have where Mitan was able to find her fiance on the ground as well. So hopefully by next chapter she does that as well towards him and saves him, and they all manage to leave. But that's before we get to the end of the chapter. So Eiko does give Keitaro CPR, and she is able to revive him, and she does cry because she thought she was really going to lose him. I mean, it is a very scary situation because a few chapters ago, and also in the anime, they did end up becoming officially a couple. So imagine your boyfriend getting trapped by this creepy girl ghost who finds him physically attractive and wants to torment him for the rest of eternity, okay, by kissing him and robbing him of his vitality, okay? And even though he wants to go, he can't go. So he's trapped. Hell no, I'm bringing back my man to life, and I'm going to track him down every chance that I can get. Now, this angers the ghost. So we now know the main reason as why the ghost did what she did. So again, she traps physical men that she traps men that she finds attractive and torments them by kissing them and robbing them of their vitality. If there is a man that she does not find physically attractive, she is still going to trap him, but she's going to use him as another food source. So she doesn't want her lips anywhere near them, right? And if they do come with women, she separates them. So she leaves them for the other ghost that are at the dam. So it's either the headless ghosts that she puppeteers, or it could even be possibly the ghosts that are in the river, those who have committed, that drags them down and takes them out as well. But her main priority is physically attractive men. So, as warning to men that are very good looking, do not go to a dam in Kyoto, Japan, because we may not see you again. Just a fair warning, okay? A fair warning. So now she's angry and she's about to go and harm both Keitaro and Eiko. But of course, Yayoi comes in and uses her alien plushie. And out comes the ghost that is going through his transitional period. Okay, so it's going to be a face-off against Adam's ghost and transitional ghosts as well. Hence why his picture was mainly the chapter cover for chapter 36. So I'm going to guess this is going to be either the final step before he becomes a graduate, or he probably may have to wait for more stronger ghosts before he becomes a graduate. But he does look bigger compared to the last time we saw him. And the last time we did see him, if you did watch the anime before reading the manga, or you did both, but when they were at the elementary school, and the last time Yayoi used him was at the elementary school, corpse party style, and defeated the teacher, he looked big. But right now he looks bigger, because when his hand shot out, it was like it almost covered the entire panel. It almost covered the entire panel, and now he's going to face off against Adam's ghost. So my predictions is, if they defeat, which no doubt they are, because this is a weaker ghost compared to all the other S-rank ghosts they faced before. Once they defeat her, if this is not the ghost that solidifies transitional ghosts, I'm gonna call him Shogun. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on, the Shogun ghost. If this ghost that they're facing off against doesn't make him a graduate, then possibly the next mission that they go on, and more than likely it's going to be another S rank mission, then that probably may be the one that makes him a graduate, possibly. But I'm going to gun for this being his final act. They defeat this ghost, and then this is what solidifies him as being a graduate, and then we can see fully who he was and then get his backstory. But if it doesn't happen, then it's most likely a S rank mission dealing with an S rank ghost, and also they're gonna have to bring in other S rank graduates to deal with that one. So guys, do tell me in the comments section below and how you feel about chapter 36 of Dark Gathering. How do you feel? This reminds me of, I'm guessing it was like the Love Hotel or something like that, where they're fascinated with men. I'm trying to remember which episodes or something like that where something like this happened. I'm guessing it was that one. I'm thinking. I think it was the Love Hotel, where what happened to young men. It could be another incident, and I'm not remembering right now as I'm doing the video, but I can guarantee you, once I'm finished recording this and everything, I'm going to remember, and I'm going to be mad that I did not mention it. But if it's not the Love Hotel, then it was something else that we saw in season 1, and I just can't remember right now. But it's very similar. It's very similar. They were attracted to males, or they're very attracted to Keitaro, and they tried to end him, but he was saved. He was saved by the girls. So if you do remember, please do in the comment section below. Of course, if you have read this chapter, tell me how you felt about this chapter. Do you think, and of course no spoilers for those who are ahead with the manga, but do you think this is going to, one, lead to transitional ghost or Shogun to becoming fully a graduate, or do you think they have to go on another mission, more so a S rank mission, for him to become a graduate? What do you think is actually going to happen to Adam Ghost? Is Adam Ghost going to be part of the party, or it's going to be fully exercised? The links are in the description box, so you guys go check that out. And I'm Kimmy-chan, and I will see you guys later. Bye.